Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I thought I'd share with you the prepping I did this week in case these are ideas of something that you want to do. Prepping is a lifestyle, and it's something that we do because we want to keep life running smoothly. So if we do a little bit every day, we're prepared to face whatever comes our way. Maybe your car won't start, you have a plugged up drain, you've had a bill that was like out of this world that it threw off your budget. There are all kinds of things that can happen, and so we want to be prepared to face any kind of emergency so that we can continue to feed our family, keep our day running as smoothly as possible. Prepping isn't for some SHTF end of the world apocalypse. It can be, but it's mostly to keep your life running smoothly. So the first thing I bought this week was an extra pack of giant black garbage bags. These have so many uses, but yeah, garbage is always something we need to do and we need to take care of. And I will put a link to a video I made about all the different ways that you can use a black plastic garbage bag so that you can be prepared as well for all kinds of emergencies, whether you're taking out the trash or making an emergency shelter. There's a lot of things you can do with these. So I always try to buy the largest, sturdiest ones that I can find. In January, I went on a trip and I actually got sick while I was away, and I've had a hard time recovering from some of the things that happened to me. So what I've been trying to do is put my health more on a project status. So I've been trying to make sure that I get the nutrients I want and that I need. And one of the things that I find is like, I'll buy vitamin pills, but I don't like to swallow pills, so I don't really take them. So I started using some gummy vitamins, and yeah, I'm willing to take those every morning. I've been using the VitaFusion multivites for quite a while, and so I want to make sure that I always have enough so that I don't have to worry about getting enough things to eat. It's best if we can get all of our nutritional needs from the foods that we eat, but we can't always have that. Well, then I realized I really wasn't getting any like calcium, magnesium was not in those. So I've been taking these calcium and magnesium gummies that I also ordered, and I take those every day. But then when I got sick, I realized I wasn't getting any iron from these at all, and I had a very hard time getting my energy back. So I recently just started taking the VitaFusion iron, and I'm actually feeling better, a lot better. You know, it's harder the older you get, the harder it is to get well again. But I'm on my way to recovery. I'm getting my energy back, taking my dog out for walks, and being able to do the things that I did do. But it was hard to get up and get going again and feel like I had my strength. So that's something to put yourself on project status. Keep your health. Do what you can to stay as healthy as possible, because yeah, if you don't have your health, really, you're without a whole lot of things. The other thing I did was put together a meal in a bag. Because I spent quite a bit of money on these other things, I wanted to make sure that I'm continuing to use, rotate, and replace the foods that I have. And one of the things that I like to do, maybe you've seen some of my videos, is I take a Ziploc bag and I put all of the ingredients together into a meal that I can make. Then if you don't know what you want to cook, or you're in a hurry, or you know, you just need something without having to think about it, you can grab the bag out of your pantry and make that meal. So I made this meal before, and I was going to put together another bag out of the foods that I have in my pantry for this same meal that I made this week, and then I can make it again, because some of these foods need to be rotated. So the first thing that goes into it is a can of refried beans, and I like the Rosarita no-fat green chili and lime. If you haven't tried those, check it out, but any kind of refried beans will do. Then I have a can of Rotel. These are like the spicy tomatoes with like green chilies. And you can even find them generic, but I happen to have the Rotel, and that's the spicy tomatoes, so look for those. Next, you need a can of corn. This happens to be white and golden corn together because it's a nice variety. Any kind of can of corn will do, and you can just put that right into the bag as well. Then, because we want it to be a soup, I have a can of chicken broth. You might want to put in bouillon cubes if you don't have this. Just make a note how much water you need to add. And then the last thing that goes into it is a nice big can of chicken. So now when you want to make this Mexican chicken soup, you just pull the bag out of the pantry, dump all the cans together in a big old pot and heat it through. I don't drain anything. I want the liquid to be in there for soup. Put it all together, heat it through, add in some more spices if you want. Serve it with tortilla chips if you have them. That would be delicious. Add it with some cheese on top. But if you don't have those things, you still have a meal. But that would make it more special. That's my meal in a bag idea for the pantry, is a nice Mexican chicken soup. Leave it in the comments below. What types of things are you doing that you're continuing to prepare so that you have the things you need? Everything from taking out the trash, getting your vitamins, to having some food in your pantry. And remember, you can't just buy and stockpile things. You are supposed to be using, rotating, and replacing that food so that you continue to have a fresh supply. Don't just put canned foods away and never think about them again. And don't store foods you're not willing to eat. And then one of the adventures in prepping is going into your pantry and combining things together in new and unusual ways. You might find some new quirky recipe that your family really enjoys that you hadn't thought about before. I hope you'll leave it in the comments below if you found something interesting to make out of your pantry, and what are you doing to prepare. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.